lives to go live here. We're live across all the platforms. This is our live second day for the 10-day challenge. And so day one, hopefully it was good. I'm going to ask for some feedback. So if you're doing the challenge on our social platforms, you're on the Zoom, of course you are. If you're doing the challenge on the social platforms, what I'd love for you all to do is just in the chats, what's one thing you learned today? What is one thing that you learned today? So each day, be able to take something away that we learned, and it's going to be a perspective, and we're going to use those perspectives to help us grow and learn about ourselves, how our body works, and our health. So I love to throw it in the chat. On the Zoom, you can go down and hit the screen, put chat, and go down and put down what you've learned today. But what we're going to do next is we're going to talk about tomorrow. What's day 2 look like? And we have a really cool, fun plan set up where we're going to be. You're going to see the challenges get greater. But what I've learned in this is that everybody's at different places. A good mentor of mine said one time, he goes, Dustin, I don't need to tell you to run more than 5 miles. He goes, you'll do it anyway. He goes, but if I can challenge the rest of the team to run 1 to 2 miles, he goes, we carry the load and we help the team and we do better that way. It was really a very big eye opener, is that when it came to running, I was willing to push myself no matter what I did. No matter what anybody said, I was going to push myself. So everybody's on here in a different place. You might push yourself in one area. If I might say, hey, we're going to meditate one of these days. For some of you are going like, that's perfect. That's what I love to do. And then for some of you, that like me, that's the hardest thing to do, Janet, is to sit still and be quiet and let my mind calm down. I'm working on it. No judging. So here, Pamela just said, I learned that walking creates good endorphins and will make you feel better. That's awesome. So Pamela, if we can build some momentum on that, that's great. Sarah learned I've 10,000 steps with 10,000 steps when her head's hurting is not easy. But Sarah, I am proud of you that you did it. That's what's super awesome. My step meter broke today. True story. It's on my, well, actually it's just batteries are dead. Mine's here on my finger. So I had to do the mile because I couldn't prove that I did the 10,000 steps. So I had to go do the mile, which was neat because I'm in Breckenridge, Colorado right now, and it was a mile. It was a really beautiful, beautiful mile. Broth is filling. Nice, Billy Joe. That's awesome. So if you're doing the 60-hour keto reboot, we're going to get into tomorrow really quick. But if you're doing the 60-hour keto reboot, hey, listen, I want you to stay true to that. For all of you new people, you're like, what is that? Don't worry about it. If you bought your kits, we're going to be talking about that on Sunday. So we're going to be getting to what fasting looks like and how to do some fasting. Walking removes hunger. Jennifer, that's pretty wise. So have you ever thought this? Has anybody ever done this? Well, I'll give you an idea. So when we're hungry, sometimes we don't know if we're hungry. Sometimes we don't know what's going on. And what I always encourage people to do is go do something that you like to do. So walking, as soon as Jennifer started walking, her hunger went away. Well, why? Because her body started focusing on something else. It may not even been true hunger that she had. It may have been just that it was a habit she had learned. And then by walking, basically it turned that off. I walked 17,500 steps, the most I've ever done, most I've done in a year. That's pretty awesome, Sandy. So Sandy pushed it, right? So I don't have to tell Sandy to do more. She did more on her own, but that's pretty awesome. Well, Peggy, that's great. Peggy had to ride bike because she had to use an alternative because she had an injury. That's awesome, Peggy. Okay, so let's get into day 2. Once again, I want everybody to go back and revisit what the 3 things they were grateful for. Revisit those. Really, like, put those in your head. My gratitudes. I have to spend the weekend with my best friends from growing up. I've known them my entire life. We were here in a beautiful cabin in Breckenridge, Colorado, and I'm just super grateful that we stayed together as close-knit friends. I'm very, very grateful for, honestly, it was being out here in fresh air. I live close to the cities, and the area isn't like this. So that was a super big thing that I was grateful for. And the last thing I was grateful for is that I could go off that walk. A lot of you don't know my story, but I was pretty messed up. I lost use of my leg. I wasn't very healthy in my 20s. And so the fact that I could go out and do the walk with my kids and my family and my friends is something I just truly, is really big on me. So that's what I posted about in my social media post today. So last question, did everybody do their little social post? Who is nervous? Anybody get nervous about doing their social post? Anybody go, I don't know what to say. I don't want to say anything. Listen, I'm going to do these things to challenge you. I'm doing these things to challenge you. So do your post. Hey, for day 1 of the 10-day challenge, the thing I want is boom. Or if you haven't done it yet, you could say the thing I learned most was when I went for a walk, I stopped thinking about food. This is wisdom you're able to pass on to more people. So it took me several trips, but she made it to 10,000 steps, Sandy. That's a great response. Billy Joe did her post. Awesome. So let's get into day 2, you all. And really quick, if you have somebody that you don't see on here, I know scheduling is not everybody gets on every live. I'll be sending everything out again here shortly. What's going to happen is tag them, message them. Somebody invite you to this. Let them know that where you're at. Keep them updated. It makes them feel important when you tell them, hey, thanks for getting me part of this challenge. I'm excited about doing this. This is what I've learned. So here, let's get into day 3 or day 2, sorry. Day 2 is going to start tomorrow. Of course, day 2 starts tomorrow on Tuesday. If you're doing the reboot, I want you to continue that all the way through Wednesday morning. And then we're going to I'll take over that next phase. If you're not, we're going to keep the eating exactly the same. Ketones in the morning, right? Within the first couple hours of waking up, I want you 7-mile walk on day 1. Wow, that's pretty awesome. Day 1, I want you to eat in the morning. All right, sometime between when you wake up and within 3 hours. Second thing I'm going to do is you're going to wait to have your first meal till 12 o'clock-ish, protein and low-carb vegetables. Now, if you need to be creative, go up and here's what I'm going to do is I told you, if I tell you exactly what to do, you don't put any work on you. So you go Google some low-carb vegetables. I like bok choy. Good, I'm going to make something with bok choy today. I want you to do that. I want you to think that way, okay? Dinner, you're going to do the same thing. Protein, low-carb meal, and do not eat after 7 p.m. Was that hard for anybody to not eat after 7 p.m.? Was that a challenge for anybody? I'm just curious because what I want to do is I'm trying to drive a behavior. I want to drive a different hormonal behavior later in the evening. And so be weird through this challenge. I'm going to be doing some things that you probably have never done before. And the whole purpose of that is for you to learn and grow. So awesome. All right. Exercise, did the 1-mile walk or the 10,000 steps. And then of course the 3 gratitudes. That was the challenge and then the post on social media. So here's tomorrow. Y'all ready for tomorrow? Tomorrow is going to be this. Hold tight to the exercise. I'm going to show you against that wall in just a second. What I want you to do is if there's somebody important in your life, somebody that's sacrificed something for you. My wife, who sacrificed a lot to take on a lot of the weight of our finances for a few years for me to go figure out what I wanted to do, that was a very big important part of me. I want you to send them a personal text tomorrow. Now, you at least one. You can do 5, but at least one. Somebody that has done something for you that really touched you. It could be a gym teacher from 3rd grade. It could be a stranger you met that you just got connected on social media with. It doesn't matter. It could be your wife. It could be your child. It could be a teacher that your child goes to school and did something amazing. I want you to send them a message and just thank them. Thank them for whatever it is. I appreciate you. Okay, that's the one thing tomorrow. That's number 1. Number 2, we're going to have a hydration goal. So the hydration goal is this: 100 ounces of water tomorrow. Now, this is the catch. That you add up everything that you consume. So if it's in your keto, that counts. If it's in your coffee, that counts. If it's in your Mitoplex, that counts. I'm going to encourage you to avoid anything other than that. But I want you to hit 100 ounces of water. But your keto will count. Your coffee will count. If you have tea, that will count. 100 ounces of water. Now, if you decide that you're having something other than those things, I'm going to take that off. That does not count. You still want 100 ounces of water. Okay. There should be no, I pretty much know everybody on here. There should be an exception where that's going to be a challenge. The only tip I'm going to give you is do not drink all your water right before bed. Make a plan to get most of it, at least 50 ounces of it, done before noon, because I don't want you waking up peeing all night, y'all. Like just saying, don't want that happening. So I want you to get majority of not iodized salt. It has to be sea salt. I prefer Celtic and real salt over anything else, but a pinch of sea salt. Okay, we good with that? So we got our foods the same. We got our hydration, and we got our appreciation. We're going to appreciate somebody that we care about, somebody that's done something for us. We're going to send them a private message. I don't care if you call them. I don't care if you write them a letter. We should do that, Matt. Maybe we should write a letter. But it has to be personal. It has to be one-on-one and directly personal. And then here's the last one, y'all. So this is your exercise for tomorrow. Now, if you're Peg, who has a knee challenge, Peg, what I'm going to do is all I want you to do, Peg, if you can't do this next exercise, all you're going to do is you're going to do yesterday's. You're going to do whatever you did yesterday, and you're going to add a little bit. So if you did 10,000 steps yesterday and you can't do this next exercise, I want you to do 11,000 steps. If you walked a mile, I want you to walk a 1.1 mile or 1.2 miles. Okay, I want you just to do a little bit more than, well, today, I guess. If you're watching the replay, it might be yesterday on day 1. But here's the exercise, and I want you to remember this way. It's going to be 2, 4, 6, and it looks like this. I hope you guys can see me. All right, Curtis, let me know. Can you see me right here? Good. Social media. So we're going to do a wall sit. I'm going to do a little bit more return. I'm not in my office, so it's a little different here. So we're going to do a wall sit. Okay. You're going to take your fancy phone, put it up over here so you can set a timer. What you're going to do is you want your knees and your hips to be almost parallel. So you want your thighs to be parallel to the deck. Your heels will be walked away from far enough to be right under your knees. Okay. You're going to put your back against the wall, your head against the wall, and you're just going to hold this. Okay. That's all you're going to do. You're just going to hold this. You're going to hold this. Now, here's the catch. If you want to do things like this, if you want to do exercises like you can do anything else, you can throw a ball, you can juggle, you can chew gum, you can sing, whatever it is, you can do. So I want you to remember this. It's 2, 4, 6. If your knees are shot, typically I find that doesn't bother most people. So if your knees are shot, I want you to do what you did today or on Monday, and I want you just to add a little, okay? Now here's the 2, 4, 6. This is the challenge, 2, 4, 6. Tonight, when you watch this video or you're on here now, in the chat, I want you to commit 2 minutes, 4 minutes, or 6 minutes. Put your commitment in, 2, 4, 6. If you want to go crazy like Janet, you could actually, well, Janet hurt her ankle, so she might not be able to. You could actually lift your toes off it a little bit if you want to lift your toes off. 2, 4, 6. Now, I'm okay if you don't do it all in one shot. If you pick 6 and you do 3 2 minutes tomorrow, cool, we'll take it. If you can do all 6, awesome. But I want you to give your commitment. What's your commitment right now? 2, 4, 6. I'm trying to use different ways to create different challenges for you. Now, if you want to do 10,000 steps again, do it. You don't have to stop. You can keep going, right? You can do another mile tomorrow. If it helps you with those cravings, you can do that. Let's do it. Contest on that. Yes. So if anybody out there that is just I'm going to go intense, I will throw in, and I just honor system. If you go 10 minutes straight with a wall sit, I'll send you a personal gift. If you can go 10 minutes straight on a wall sit, I'll give you a personal gift. I don't know, that seems kind of crazy. I used to do it when I was a wrestler back in the day. So that's your exercise for today, okay? So we got our water, 100 ounces. We got our gratitude or our appreciation to somebody that we're gonna privately message. And then we have our exercise, which is gonna be a wall sit. And then I'm working on Janet. Maybe Janet's gonna have an exercise for us. Is going to have an exercise for us. She's working through an ankle challenge. So I'm going to have her do an exercise for us. So she's going to show us a really cool exercise either tomorrow or maybe the next few days. But that's tomorrow. That's setting up for day 2 of the challenge. And if anybody out there right now has something that they would like to do, or they think they can teach, if you have an exercise you can teach, or maybe something cool that you think would be a challenge for somebody, hit me a private message. Let's do it. I might bring you on and have you help coach. My goal here is not for me to be all the coaching. As we come in Wednesday, Thursday, Friday through the week, I'm going to bring in other people to start doing some coaching with us. So we're going to collaborate together. Are y'all excited for this? All right, I got to see a little hands. Okay. Oh my, giving 10 minutes straight to try. Village. I mean, that's fun, right? Isn't that fun? Yeah! Planks are coming, Nurse Pettyway. Planks are coming. And so, Nurse Pettyway, if you want to do planks with me, hit me a private message and we'll do something and we'll do a plank challenge. I think that'd be fun too. Okay. Last thing I want you to do is tomorrow is I do want you to post something on it. What I'm going to challenge you to post is take a picture of you doing a wall sit and say, hey, I'm doing wall sits. My goal is 2 minutes today. My goal is 4 minutes today. My goal is 6 minutes today. Wish me luck. Does that make sense? Once again, why am I asking you to do things socially? When you share what you're doing to the world, it holds that you give yourselves a higher accountability. You're going to inspire somebody to maybe do a little bit more. And that's our mission, is not just for us to get results. It's ultimately to inspire other people as we get better, as we improve our results. And social media is a really cool way to do that. Nurse Pettyway's at 18,000 steps. Maybe she worked today. Did you work today at the hospital? That's kind of crazy. 18,000 steps. I didn't hit that yet today. I'm gonna have to go for a walk. I'm gonna have to go for another walk tonight. But y'all, I appreciate you. Thanks for all the feedback. Stay tuned. We'll be pushing the recording off here just shortly. So you'll get a text messaging from that. If you're not in the text thread, you can hit me. We can get you back into the text thread. Most people, I think, we have like 53 or 54 people committed to this journey. I think that's really, really fun. But always hit me back with any feedback that you have, any questions that you have, and we'll go. Now figure out the phone and selfies. Yes. You can turn it on, put a little timer, and make a funny face while you're doing a wall sit. Have fun with it. You can do it on your feed, on your stories, but do something to inspire other people, you all. That's what tomorrow is going to represent. Mr. Skinner is in. Mr. Skinner is in. I like it. So y'all, challenge day 2 starts in the morning. If you haven't finished your challenge, you have plenty of time. On Peggy, we're not doing email links. Everything's through text messaging and lives. Me and emails aren't working very well, but maybe next challenge I'll put an email system together. But either way, you guys have an unbelievable night. I'm just answering any questions. Are we going to? Are we just going to? Yes. When it comes to this challenge, it's really hard to track everything. So everything I'm going to do, I just believe in people, and I believe in the honor of people. And so I'll have some questionnaires, and you're going to get some questionnaires and stuff. And you can tell, and it doesn't mean I don't know some of your social media feeds. I can tell what's going on out there. And so my goal is that when we go to the prizes, I have a really cool way that we're going to introduce the prizes to everybody and who's going to win. And so we're going to have fun with that. It's not going to be like, oh, this person lost 8 pounds and they won over this person, because this is way more than weight loss. It's way more than anything that you can see externally. It has a lot to do with what's happened internally. And so I can already see this just by people communicating on the chats. I can already kind of tell what's happening. So that's, if you're talking about the honor system syrup, yes. And take care of that head, by the way. Newbies here, should I do a half a pack AM? I would start with a full pack. Full pack in the morning, drink over 35 to 40 minutes. Eat when you're hungry. You're going to eat your that first meal around 12 o'clock. Could be 11, could be 1, 12 o'clock-ish. 6 o'clock's dinner, protein and vegetables. Do not eat after 7 p.m. Tip to that is that if you do get hungry, go brush your teeth. I learned that from Ethan Godwin. I thought he was crazy. I'm like, what are you talking about? That's just weird. And then I got hungry and I brushed my teeth, and guess what? I didn't eat after that. So I was like, hey, it worked. It worked. So that's a nice little tip you can have and you can take with you all. And we'll see you tomorrow night. So tomorrow night, just a little disclaimer, it may not be live. I'll be on an airplane exactly at this time tomorrow night. Now, who knows? Flights may change, whatever else. So I still might be on. If I'm not on live, what's going to happen is I'm going to do a recording, and then I'm going to send it text message to all of you. You can just watch the recording. I'll keep it shorter because there'll be less interaction. And then Wednesday, I'll be back live Wednesday night for the next big hit, the next big push. Focus on what you want. That's the goal, is for people to improve where they're at, what's best for them, and to learn about them. Hopefully Jennifer Mann has learned that when she gets hungry, she goes for a walk and it changes her state. And that's a big shift. And so I hope these things are working. Y'all have an unbelievable night. Thanks for participating. Thanks for all your feedback. And I'm enjoying this already. And we're only day 1, really day 1 in. So this is day 2 live. Cheers. Good night, y'all.